Hi all, so now I'm going to show you around Canvas a little bit. If you have not already watched the other course introduction video, please make sure to do that first. That introduces you to a much larger picture of what is happening in the course, and I feel like otherwise this video is just going to be a little overwhelming, so make sure to check that out first. All right, obviously yours will look a little bit different than mine since I have the instructor version, but over here you'll have your standard Canvas area. For the most part, you're probably going to just exist within the modules. The modules are going to get you most of what you need in the easiest to see format. So you'll have your course materials in this area. So this is sort of more like syllabus material, right? So of course the syllabus, some discussion about what I already said in the other video about COVID mitigation methods. This is again kind of a repeat of what I put in the video as well. Normally I put it on Canvas and then I introduce it in class, but since our first class is going to be online, I figured a video would be a better way of doing that. And similarly, kind of your group work requirements as discussed in the other video as well. So make sure to fill this out ASAP if you haven't already. This is going to help me figure out where to put you. And so please, again, I explained why I do that in the other video. And then each week you'll fill out a group work survey here. So please make sure to do that as well. These will all make more sense later on, so I'm just going to leave those there. The Canvas is still slightly under construction, so that things may look a little bit different when you come in, but it should be pretty similar. The bulk of the work that you're going to do, or the bulk of the places you're going to go, I guess, to figure out what to do, is in the daily class pages. So these are going to walk you through what we're going to do each day. Obviously, I won't tell you absolutely everything we're going to do each day, but it'll give you a basic idea. And then you can also see the places that I have the meetings. These ones down here we'll talk about in class. It's really going to depend on what people do with their inquiry 3s, their kind of aquatic ecosystem inquiries, and whether you're taking it home and working on it there, or whether we really need to come into class to check on it. So you'll get an introduction to what the focus of the week is going to be. You'll get any reading assignments that you need to do. For this first one, it's just me asking you to make sure that you buy this. So if you haven't bought this already, please make sure to do so. It's really quite a good book. It's pretty cheap too. And then before class, hopefully you already found all this since I linked it, but each one will kind of let you know what to do. So like for instance here, we'll go to an Aldrich meeting one. And they'll let you know where we're going to meet specifically in an Aldrich once we get to class. I've got to do some looking around for the best places to meet. So before class, in the beginning, you're going to have a fair amount of statistics videos. So you may say, why do I have videos and the book rating? So the book rating is going to give you kind of this overarching view of statistics. It's going to put it all into a narrative format where it's very storyline, like this is why you do this is why you need this, in a way that very much kind of relates to designing scientific experiments. However, it's also useful to have individual topic questions that just quickly say, this is what this is, and these are these definitions. And we used to do that in class, but for the reasons previously discussed, we are moving that outside of class now. And so I have videos for you for each of these. So different weeks will have different videos. As we get further along in statistics, what I'll actually be telling you to do is go back and review any other videos that you need. And then most of the time I'll have an entrance ticket discussion point. So I'm not going to collect this. I'm not going to grade it. The reason I say I suggest writing it down is it holds you to actually doing it, and it cements it in your memory so you'll be able to discuss it better. Okay, but we'll talk about each of these when we come in. It'll be kind of our opening, let's all talk about, things that are happening discussion. You'll see an in-class plan. It'll vary in detail based on how much detail I want you to have that day. Sometimes I want you to have a lot of detail so you know exactly what's happening. Sometimes it's a little bit better for it to unfold for us. And then I have material to work on for next week. So this isn't necessarily always all inclusive, but it's for the most part kind of a checklist of, hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do this. This is where to focus your attention. This is what's coming up. This is what due dates are coming up. So it won't always be like, hey, this is the thing due, 3 days from now. But it's going to tell you that these are the things you should be working on. As I mentioned before, a lot of moving material in this class. So it can be a little tricky to keep track of it all. And so this section will hopefully help you with that. All right. For each of the naked statistics reading, there's a little quiz. These are what I call accountability quizzes. Like they're not really quizzes at all. They're assignments. So you go in, you do it as like a quiz still, because it checks to see if you actually got what I was intending out of the article, right? So if you read the chapter and you can't do the quiz at all, that probably means that maybe you zoned out a little bit during the reading, and maybe you should check that out again. So that's really all the quizzes are designed to do. They're just designed to focus your attention and make sure you got out of the reading what I want you to get out of the reading, so that it's, it can be hard to read a book just cover to cover and not ever have anyone say, hey, let's, talk about this. And so since you are kind of reading some of this outside of class and then we aren't talking about it till a little bit later, this will help you keep in mind what I want you to know. In this module, this has all the inquiry assignments. So all of these are places to turn things in. So these are just assignments to fill in. This is the document that has all the descriptions. And this is actually still slightly under a little bit of construction as well, mostly in terms of inquiry 3, since that's the new one. So this will walk you through each of the inquiries. This first one is an overall view of what the 4 inquiries look like, their general goal, things of that sort. And then and you can get to it by clicking or scrolling. They're all in the same document. Then you can see each inquiry with more specifics, a grading rubric, details about, ideas like sample ideas, details about each of the pieces that will need to be filled in, and what each of those pieces would look like, things of that sort. So we'll, go into more detail on those as it comes along. And then this is just sort of a catch-all for any resource I need to give you that I don't want in the modules. Most of these will actually just be in the daily assignments. I just haven't moved them all. And then each week you'll have a homework activity. And these are all designed to help you with your inquiries. So, this is brainstorming for inquiry 2 largely. This is practice using Excel, which is going to be for your inquiries. This is a lit search on your inquiries. This is the statistics introduction to help you actually analyze the data for your inquiries. This is chi-square and statistical testing, which helps you on your inquiries. And then this is a flipped class assignment, which is going to help you outline what you want to do for your lesson plan. And obviously we will talk about each one of these when we get to it in class. And then these will be your lesson plan assignment and documents, and we'll get to all of that when we get there. So you are able to come in and go into the assignment instead if you prefer the structure, where you can also kind of see each of the assignments lined up by assignment type. The modules are obviously set up kind of similar to the assignments, and so which one you do is kind of up to you. All right, so that's Canvas. If you haven't already, please, please, please make sure to come into your group work requirements, take this survey, and make sure to do that so that I can get you guys set up for groups. All right, and with that, we will end this video.